Hello, Markeedragon, and also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life. I have got kind of a long question here, and it's from Emma Genis. And she asks, I'm a follower and a big fan of your videos, blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask about Eve. They've done some work towards pulling in new recruits. I was pulled in myself a few months ago, but I often worry that Eve can't offer a decent gaming experience to new subscribers. You do the tutorial, which takes you a few days to really absorb. Then you are left to do the story missions, which unlock one other agent so that you have a grid for a few days and you unlock a few other missions. The agent isn't even a security mission class, it's a distribution agent, and which is even worse since all you do is deliver stuff. I usually wonder, is this game worth investing my time in? And I might spend 2 or 3 years until I get what I want, where I want to be. But will the game be alive then? Yes. Eve is unique in that it doesn't live in the moment like all the other MMOs. It takes a lot of planning that you might have to spend 3 or 4 months just doing missions and learning skills before you ever set foot in low-sec. Not to mention, if you want to be in a high-end alliance, which could take at least 2 years. I just want to hear your thoughts on what you think CCP could do to enhance the experience of newcomers, encourage them to play and invest time, assured that they won't just bail on the game after a year after they subscribe. So there's something pretty interesting, which is that EVE Online is one of the games that has longevity in this market. And they have proven that they're going to be around for the long term. There are a lot of other games that have not had that kind of staying power. In fact, I'm wearing a hat of one of the games that didn't have hardly any staying power at all. It lasted for less than a year. So EVE Online is considered to be one of the most hardcore MMOs out there. And it is a very intellectual MMO. And it is also a very risky MMO. I mean, they allow a lot of fraud and theft to happen within the game. And it's a costly one, too. I mean, the terms of how you can die in there and you can lose your entire ship, everything, all of the money that you put into that ship, or you can pay for insurance and you pay for half of that ship's value for the insurance. I mean, it's incredibly expensive. As far as how they can make a better new player experience, well, I think that this game is very mature and that it may lack a little bit in new player experience, but it makes up for it in the longevity. And you asked, will it be around in a couple of years to play? Yes. I don't see EVE Online going anywhere. I think that EVE is a very stable game, and even if it were to greatly downsize, the game would still be very playable and enjoyable. So it's, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that, how old is EVE now? Are we coming up on the 10-year mark for the age of the game? I mean, it's been around a long time. And if I had the time to play it, I definitely would play it. I love the graphics in EVE Online. I love the risk and reward in it. I really like having risk in a game. When they tramelized Ultima Online, when they put in Trammel and Felucia, man, I just didn't enjoy it anymore. You know, that was something to me, that the excitement of being able to be killed in the game and having death have such consequences and everything, that it really made you afraid to go into certain places, and it really gave you that risk. But when you got into those places and so many other people were afraid to go there, the rewards were really big. And I assume that it's the same way with EVE Online. Now, just think of it this way. You know, you talk about all the time that you have to commit. You can be proud of everything you've earned in EVE Online. I mean, it takes a long time to earn all of that. I myself, I do not like a game where I can get to the top level right away. I don't like it. Because to me, it's all about character development. And you know, in Eve, it's about ship development, but you know, it is all about that development, the time to build that, to grow that, to test things out, to make it, you know, fine tune it and make it just as best as possibly be with what you have available. And then every time you're able to get an upgrade, or you know, you've got a little bit more skill in some area, you're able to enhance that area and you can work on it a bit more. And that's what I enjoy doing. That's where I get the fun out of these games. So, is it worth it? Hell yeah. I think EVE Online is definitely worth it. And in fact, let me put in the description of this one a link to where you can get a free trial of the game. So if you're watching this and you haven't played EVE Online before and you want to try it, click the link below in the description, and that'll give you a free trial. I think it equals 14-day free trial. And, you know, and if you like it, continue playing. It's an awesome game. It really is. And listen to this. It's one of the few games out there that allow you to play for free. Now you're going to ask me, how do you play for free on a game where you have to pay a subscription? Well, let me tell you. If you are good at earning ISK in the game, if you can earn pretty good, you can use the Plex system and you can exchange that ISK in exchange for game time codes. And the game time codes you can buy from us, or there's other people out there that sell them. You can buy them directly from CCP. But use those game time codes. So you make the money in the game, you spend the time and the effort making that, and then you turn around and you offer that money up in exchange for the game time, and then you make the exchange, you credit your account within another 30 or 60 days, and you're set. I mean, how cool is that to make it so that you can play for free in a game that everybody else is paying for? I think it's pretty cool. Eve was not the first ones to do that. I'll take some credit for that. We did that in Ultima Online before Eve was even around. And my brokers and I, we pioneered that. And I'm not saying that Eve stole that idea from us or nothing. I'm just saying we were doing it before Eve. So anyway, and that's history that maybe I'll talk about another time. But who knows? So anyway, thank you for the great question, Emma. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the kudos that you like my videos. Now, all the rest of you out there, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to message me in the YouTube messaging system and let me know what your question is. That's how I get all this content. This channel is not about me, it's about you. I mean, I enjoy being on camera and talking to y'all, but it's really about you and your questions, and that's what it's turned into lately. And I really appreciate all the questions that you guys submit, because you guys have been submitting some great questions. I must have 50 questions here in my queue, and so much great stuff to talk about, and I'm really appreciative for you guys, the viewers. So, send me your questions. I'm markeedragon. Take care.
You should subscribe to his channel, because he's going to give away this sword.
So tell me, if you won this sword, what would you do with it?
Oh my goodness, I would be in seventh heaven to begin with. Then I think I would pick a place in my house that was probably where everyone would see it and hang it on the wall.
Wow, this is how much you love the game?
I love it. I love it more than any other game.
Do you know what game we're talking about?
Well, I can pretend, can I?
Okay, so everybody subscribe.
Just look at this. Yes, subscribe.
Yep.
And you may be the winner of this beautiful sword. Check it out.
Thank you, Linda.
Okay.